Good morning and welcome to Michigan Farm and Garden. I'm Jody Pollok Newsome and I'm your host. We have a great show lined up for you this morning. We're going to talk about some upcoming events, the National Value Added Conference. We're going to talk about breakfast on the farm and we're going to talk about fairs and events. Stay tuned. Good morning, and again, welcome to Michigan Farm and Garden. Folks, certainly as we head into summer, there's a lot of events and activities going on around the state. So we want to give you a little idea and give you some information so you can get out, attend those, take the family, learn more about Michigan, and certainly learn more about Michigan agriculture. My first guest this morning is Tom Kelchuk. He is with Michigan State University in the Product Center, and we're going to talk about a national conference that's coming here to Michigan. Certainly for us in the state, it has been a real opportunity for us to have the Product Center. They've really helped some new businesses get up and get started when you look at our state. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, and then we're going to talk about the conference, what's going to be there, what you should know, and then certainly if you have an idea or you would like to learn more, we're going to tell you how you can get involved and how you can attend. Then I also have with me this morning Janice Murphy, and we are going to talk about the Michigan Fairs and Events. She is with the Michigan Association of Fairs and Exhibitions. So we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on here in our state. And folks, if you've not had the chance to get out there and take advantage of the awesome fairs that we have across the state, we're going to make sure that when we're done, you get one of those on your calendar and you make sure you get the family out there and get that experience. Then also with me this morning, I have Nancy Thalen. She is with MSU Extension and also the Breakfast on the Farm programs. And we're going to talk a little bit about those programs. They're fairly new around the state, but they give you a great opportunity to get out there with the family and see Michigan agriculture on a Michigan farm. Then I'm going to wrap the show up with a wonderful recipe for chocolate pie. This recipe actually is my mom's recipe for chocolate pie, and you will notice that I have a slice of it because the rest of it already got eaten. So folks, it's a wonderful recipe. It's going to be a wonderful show. Stay tuned, and we'll be back with our first guest right after the Michigan Farm and Garden Fact of the Week.
It's time for the Michigan Farm and Garden Fact of the Week, brought to you by the Corn Marketing Program of Michigan.
Michigan's food and agriculture sector contributes an estimated $91.4 billion to Michigan's economy. That's an increase of more than 50% between 2004 and 2010. For more information, go to productcenter.msu.edu.
Corn touches your life every day. With over 600 items in the store that contain corn, it's America's renewable resource. There are amazing new products made from corn, like comforters, clothes, corn stoves, dinnerware, and of course, ethanol.
Corn, America's renewable resource, powering industry, feeding America, and fueling the future.
Thanks to Michigan's corn farmers, the future is bright for innovative products made from corn. To learn more about how corn touches your life, visit our website.
And welcome back. We are back with Tom Kelchuk of the MSU Product Center. And I'm just making it short because it's a really long name. So, Tom, welcome back.
Thank you very much. It's glad to be, very glad to be back.
Well, I'm glad to have you here, and I want to talk a little bit about the Product Center because this is certainly one of those shining stars we have in our state.
Well, thank you very much. We're very proud of some of the things we've been able to accomplish. You know, the Product Center has been around since 2004. And in that time, we've counseled many people on getting them started as entrepreneurs, how to start businesses, basic concept development, business planning. Our focus is to help the economic development, especially in the agriculture, food, bioprocessing areas of the state of Michigan, through education and research.
Well, and I know you guys have done a great job. There's so many of the small mom and pop food companies that come on the show, and we ask them, what would you tell other people? And they say, call the Product Center.
Yeah,
so
great.
You're doing it great.
Good, very good. We're glad to hear that. And you know, it's not only the very small companies now, we also have a whole new program that we've started called HIVAT, high-impact value action team that's actually aimed at stage 2 or larger companies who might need some extra services to maybe start a new venture, expand, maybe start exporting, and so we have a whole program to assist at that level also.
Well, I want to have you back too so we can talk about that because I really think too, when we look at our state and we look at the economic engine agriculture has been, we need organizations like the Product Center to really help folks because it's a lot to maneuver getting into that arena and getting a food product or something on the shelf.
That's right, and it's it's not only the marketing aspects, but it's knowing the regulations that are involved in producing a safe food product, and one that's acceptable to the public.
Well, and I know that too because we always think, well, Grandma made this or Mom made this, and this is really good. But I know it doesn't have the shelf life, and I know it doesn't have the stability. It's just really good the day I make it. So.
Sure, and then we can also assist with things like nutritional labeling, a product ingredient list, and other things that might not, many of our clients don't really need legally, but consumers demand it. And if they want to be on the shelf, they need to have that on their label.
Well, and I think the work you guys have done certainly shows. And here we are in Michigan, and we're hosting the National Value Added Conference.
Right, yeah, the National Value Added Conference. We're going to be up at the Grand Traverse Resort June 24th through the 26th of this year. And it's a great venue, especially for people that are involved in economic development related to rural areas, extension people, government people, and others. The whole focus of the conference is on the first day, on Monday, will be on the philosophies of behind rural economic development. And then on the second day, we're going to talk more about the specifics of creating a business and how economic development people can work with clients to do a better job of servicing their needs. We kick it off on the 24th, which is on Sunday, with a reception that's sponsored by Market Maker. And I know you and I have talked about Market Maker in some of the previous programs that you've had, and that's an online database that connects all parts of the supply chain. We're real proud this year that Undersecretary of Agriculture Dallas Tonsinger is going to be here, and he's kind of going to kick off the conference on the first morning.
Wonderful. It's good to get that recognition, and I think to see from the national level, let's come to Michigan and see all they have to offer.
That's correct, yep. And speaking of what we have to offer, we've got a couple of tours lined up as part of the program. We're going to go out to Black Star Farms up in Leelanau County, and another tour that's going to go out to another winery on the peninsula. We're going to take a look at the hops industry out on the peninsula, which is just getting started. And so we've got a number of things that people can really be involved in.
Well, and certainly, if there are folks out there that you want a little bit more information or, looking at registration, looking at costs, just give us kind of some of those basics as well.
The basic way to find the registration, agendas, other details is go to the Product Center website, www.productcenter.msu.edu. And look for events, news and events, and just follow the links right to the page for the National Value Added Conference.
It makes it pretty easy.
It sure does.
And we'll make sure we put it on the website. What are we looking at as far as costs, things like that?
The registration fee is going to be $190, and that includes meals, the tours, and everything that you need. And then, of course, rooms are available at the Grand Traverse Resort.
Well, and certainly when we look ahead, doing conferences like this, what do you see as some of the opportunities as we look at Michigan? We've seen a lot of growth through the Product Center. As you look at the future, how do you feel about the future, and what do you think we have some of those opportunities in?
I think the future for agriculture looks very good, there's a number of things coming together to help agriculture in Michigan. Of course, we are the second most diverse state in terms of the number of crops that we produce here. We're also very close to some of the population centers in the eastern U.S. And then with a renewed emphasis on entrepreneurism in the state, we are very pleased to see a number of individuals, small businesses that are looking for extra help to expand. And I really think the future is in this entrepreneurial small business development that can help rural areas as well as urban areas to really thrive.
Well, Tom, we appreciate it, and we
Hey,
appreciate all the work
thank
that you
you.
guys do.
All right.
And we'll keep making sure we have you back. And folks, if you're out there, get to the conference. Great opportunity to learn more. Great opportunity to get involved. You know, we talk, and I know on this show you hear over and over about the importance of agriculture and the diversity of agriculture, but that gives you great opportunities if you're looking into business or you have a business idea. We have so many products here, and we have folks like Tom and at the Product Center that are there to help and help you move it forward. So visit the website, MichiganFarmandGarden.com, and we'll give you more information on how to get to the conference and also how to get a hold of Tom and the rest of his team there at MSU Product Center. Stay tuned. We'll be back right after this message.
The Cherry Marketing Institute wants you to know about tart cherries. Cherry's red color comes from powerful antioxidants. Available year-round, it's easy to incorporate cherries into your daily diet. Visit choosecherries.com.
Michigan's 1,000 apple growers take pride in producing delicious apples from one generation to the next. From the Great Lakes come great flavors. Look for locally grown Michigan apples.
Have Jody speak at your next agricultural event. Go to jodylive.com.
And welcome back. We are back with Janice Murphy of the Michigan Association of Festivals and Exhibitions. That's a mouthful. Welcome.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But we're a well-organized group in the state of Michigan of representing fairs and festivals. And of course, fairs are very much agricultural related with a lot of youth showing. Last year we had about 79,000 exhibitors, and probably half of that was youth with their livestock or their still exhibit.
Well, and it's such a neat opportunity through 4-H and FFA and through the fairs for kids to really get out there and they can really do a little bit of everything.
Right, and they do. They have a lot of fun learning. A lot of learning takes place, and the project isn't just a one-hour thing. They spend a lot of time preparing and showing, and I guess the most exciting thing is the smile on the face when they come out of that ring or come out of that still exhibit with a ribbon in hand.
Well, and you mentioned that, and I have to say I have a big smile on my face because I think of, you know, my years in 4-H and FFA, and you talk about, you know, the hours that went in. I remember one year I took a recipe, which was cornbread, and I think I made cornbread every single week, like almost all summer long. So it really is the culmination of all your practice and to see what you do and how you stack up.
Right, and so when they are picking those ideas, make sure you really like it. Because I can remember one year of doing, my daughter doing homemade ice cream, and it really was a disaster the day she had to do that because it was so hot. So think all those things out, and they learn from that. So.
Oh, they do. And what you might want to eat week after week after week.
Right.
Well, and certainly, you know, when we look at that fair season, it's getting underway here pretty quick.
Right. I think our first fair starts June 13th, and the last fair is September 29th will be the last day of fair, and there's a fair, I guarantee you, somewhere in the state of Michigan every week that you can go and visit. And of course, when you go there, you just don't go there to see the animals and the kids and all of that. There's a lot more to it. There's commercial exhibits along with, don't forget the best part of fair food.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, we all have our booths we like to go to that are our favorite. Well, and you guys have a great publication. I'm just gonna make sure I show this. So if people wanna get a copy of this, where can they find it?
They can find that at different information centers here in the state. They can also contact us. We'll be glad to mail some out to them. A lot of the chambers have them, and we'll see that you get them. Just give us a call.
Well, and I'm just going to open the inside here. It tells me where I can go every week.
Right, and you see the first one starts in May, which is a festival, but then we go into the fair season, and the last one, again, will be in September. And then in January, all the fairs have a convention. It's held in Grand Rapids, where we all get together. There's roughly 86 different fairs in the state, and so we enjoy that and learn a lot from that. We don't have the animals there, but we do have a lot of conferences there.
Well, and I think that's so important too. It's a great opportunity, especially these days, to get the kids out, to let them have that competition. And especially if you're a 4-H or FFA or one of those programs, it really is something you've spent a lot of time and energy on.
Right, and a lot of them take their 4-H projects, especially the livestock, and that money goes towards their education later on in college or whatever that they need. So it's a learning experience, and they all enjoy it and usually come back as leaders and volunteers, and that's the one thing fairs have, a lot of volunteers, and we say thank you to every one of them.
Well, and it's a neat way to get involved in that community. It's a neat way to keep that going. And two, you know, I think especially now, a lot of us, it's been tough economically. Going to the fair can be a great family event, a great family activity, and you can take the kids and spend the day and you don't have to spend a lot of money.
No, and you meet a lot of maybe your friends that you haven't seen in years, and you meet a lot of people that are new friends.
Well, so tell us, if there are folks out there, if you want to get involved, if you want to learn more, should we go to the Michigan Fairs?
You can go to our website, themichiganfairs.org. You also can, in your own county, contact your county fair. I'm sure, I don't know of a fair that doesn't have a job for somebody.
There you go. That's important. And it is a great way to get involved, a great way to meet more people in the community. And for kids, it's a great way to get out there and compete.
That's right, and they do love it.
Well, Janice, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Folks, you heard here just a little bit more information. It's certainly that time of year. Get out there. We'll make sure we link through MichiganFarmandGarden.com to the website. You can find out when the fairs are. You can find out when the events are going on this summer. But it is a great opportunity to learn more about agriculture, keep the family together. You can do a great day trip. It doesn't have to be expensive, and you can see all the different activities that kids, especially our youth across the state, have taken part in over the summer. Many of them, as Janice mentioned, are livestock projects, but you also have crafts, you have sewing, you have cooking, all those different kinds of things, photography, you name it, you can go there and you can see all the opportunities that our students, our youth have taken advantage of here in the state. Stay tuned, we'll be back right after this message.
This hog is head over hoof for meal made from U.S. soybeans. Now, one hog isn't that impressive, but suppose we add another, and another, and another. Before long, you've got billions of hungry customers around the world all clamoring for the same thing. Our soybeans. Learn more about the billion-dollar appetite of animal agriculture at BeyondTheElevator.com. Brought to you by America's soybean farmers and their checkoff.
And welcome back. We are back with Nancy Thalen, MSU Extension. It's good to have you back, Nancy.
Thank you, Jody. It's nice to be here again.
And I have to tell you, I kind of wimped out on the title because I saw it was long. I knew I was going to goof it up, so I said,
fine.
MSU Extension.
That's perfect. That's perfect. So,
well, and you're here to talk about, I mean, I want to say a new event. It's not really a new event, but some stuff we've looked at doing, 10, 20, 30 years. Relatively, you're going to talk about a new event that is very exciting.
yeah, absolutely. Our Breakfast on the Farm, which is a program Michigan State University Extension, started in 2009 with one event held up in Clinton County. The next year it expanded to 4, and then last year we became more organized at the state level and hosted 8 events, and then in 2012 we also have 8 events.
Wow. And if people haven't been to these are amazing, amazing events.
They're wonderful. Just to watch the people go through and see their excitement and interact with the farmers and the other resource people that are there, and then to see them complete the evaluations and read those evaluations just really makes it all worthwhile. Last year we had about 13,500 folks, visitors at the 8 different farms. And we did end up with about 43% of those who had not been on a working farm in the past 20 years. So we're reaching a lot of folks who are really, really interested in learning more about modern agriculture. And that's one of the, as we know, it's a huge need and it's a huge interest. And one of the best areas or ways to do it is to take them to a farm, but it's not always possible. So this does allow, several thousand folks to come out and learn more about modern agriculture and talk with farmers and those who are producing the food for them.
Well, and I have to say, I'm a farm kid, but I grew up more on a beef cattle operation. Now we have draft horses, and through my other employment, I was able to actually go and be part of one of those. And as much as I've been around ag, there was a couple things that I saw, new technology that was just amazing, because the one that I was at happened to be on a dairy farm.
Absolutely, and I learned something at every one, and that's the fun of it, And this year, a couple of the farms are putting in robotic milkers, and so we'll have those for folks to see. And each farm is very unique with that, and has different things to showcase, and that's really the fun and the enjoyment of it all.
Well, and I know we have a list. I want to make sure we can talk about the list of what's coming when, because these are, talk about a family opportunity to get out there and experience ag. These are amazing.
Yep. We do have, the first one kicks off next Saturday, June 16th at Myers Farms, which is in Scotts. And that's a wonderful multi-generational farm and a fairly new facility, and we're looking for a great crowd and have had a lot of interest from folks, especially in from the Kalamazoo and Battle Creek area with that. Then the following Saturday, June 23rd, will be at Schultz Belly Acres, which is Cement City in the corner of Jackson County, and that's more or less our southeastern Michigan event. Again, a lot of interest there. Again, a dairy farm, but they also raise a lot of their crops and have a huge cropping system and grain dryers and that type of thing. Then in July, we'll be moving over to the Thumb area at Goma Dairy at Marlette. That farm milks 3,000 cows and has 2 milking parlors on it, and just some very unique things that folks will see there also. July 28th, we're going to the UP up in Delta County at Van Driese's farm, which is a dairy farm as well as a fresh potato farm. So there'll be some opportunity to see some diversity there with that. Then in August, we have 3 events. August 4th is over at May Farms in Sparta in Kent County. That's a crops farm with an apple facility right next door, so they are getting both crops and apples at that. We won't have much to show for apples, but we'll certainly be able to take them through the facility. And then the August 11th will be at Judge Dairy Farm up in Isabella County, followed by August 25th at Ginrich Meadows. That is another farm, that is one of the farms that's doing the robotic milkers. They're being built currently. And then we'll close out the year October 6th over at John Shaendorf Dairy in Allegan County. And that's our other robotic milkers that we'll have folks can watch operate.
Well, and I think, not only is it a great list and great diversity across the state, but if you really haven't had the opportunity to see one of those robotic milkers, I know we tried to with the show at Ag Expo one time, kind of show the technology is absolutely amazing.
Yes, absolutely. And the great thing about this is everything is free. Folks can go to as many of these as they want. A ticket is required to eat breakfast, but anyone can come to do the tour, without eating breakfast if they don't have a ticket. It's funded through the generosity of different state sponsors, as well as a lot of local sponsors that help to do each event.
Well, and I know we have a list of sponsors, so I want to make sure we get to show them, because it does take a lot of different groups to pull this together and to fund it. This is $13,500? Right. So what you said last year?
Yes.
That's a lot of folks coming through.
Yes.
Well, and certainly looking at it, if we're looking at tickets, do we have to go someplace to get a ticket?
We have tickets out approximately 4 weeks ahead of each event. So the Kalamazoo tickets as well as the Jackson County tickets are out. All those locations are listed on different flyers, and it's not only in those counties but surrounding counties too. And the best place to go is to our website, which is breakfastonthefarm.com and or .org, excuse me. And we will be able to I'm sorry, breakfastonthefarm.com.
Okay. I think I have a mistake.
I've worked on, no. And so that's the best place to go to look at all those ticket locations. And in most cases, there's one in your vicinity.
Well, and again, I know you said this, but having been to them, if folks have not gone to a farm, I don't even think you can really comprehend all the changes and all the technology of exactly what it's like today.
Yep, absolutely. And it's people are amazed at how well the housing is, how comfortable the animals are. It's a great opportunity for them to learn more about animal care and how much farmers care for their animals and their environment and how they produce safe and wholesome food.
Great. Well, Nancy, we appreciate you and all the work you do on this and all those volunteers, because having been on the other side of it, it takes an amazing amount of people to make these happen.
Yeah, about 175 per event, so plus a planning committee that will started meeting in January, and they'll meet up until the event.
Awesome. Well,
So,
thank you.
thank you,
and
Jody.
tell the committees we said thank you for all
yes,
that work.
yes.
Folks, again, get out there, experience Michigan agriculture. Go to one of the Breakfast on the Farm events close to you. Stay tuned. We'll be back after this message. Hi, I'm Jody. Corn is America's renewable resource. It can be used to fuel your vehicle and heat your home. Corn is grown in abundance in the state of Michigan, and it is a great alternative to foreign oil when it comes to heating your home. In fact, you can install a corn heater, furnace, or boiler in your own home. These work much the same as conventional furnaces, but they use Michigan-grown corn. By using corn to heat our homes, we're creating a more secure future for everyone. Select Michigan. It's good for you, the grower, and the economy. And welcome back. Folks, I don't know about you, but we have a lot we need to do this summer. There's so many different events and so many different activities. Gives you a great chance to experience what we have in agriculture and the bounty that we have here in Michigan. And I know I usually share with you and show you some awesome, wonderful recipes. I know we're really not a big chocolate state, but I just have to say, chocolate pie is absolutely one of my summer favorites. So I wanted to make sure I got to share this recipe with you. Really easy. Basically, you're going to take sugar, cornstarch, salt, milk, unsweetened chocolate, egg yolks, butter, vanilla. Go ahead and mix together your sugar, cornstarch, and salt. Gradually add your milk and your chocolate. Stir that until it boils over medium heat, then cook it 2 minutes longer. You don't want to scorch it, but we want to make sure it all comes together really well. Then go ahead, take it off the heat, add your egg yolks, return that, cook it 2 more minutes, and that time stir it constantly because it can burn very easily. Add your butter and your vanilla, cool it to room temperature, and pretty much you are in great shape. Very easy. You can tell on the way to the station, someone pulled out in front of me. I slammed on the brakes, and the pie ended up upside down in the truck. So shame on you who was ever in the little white car that pulled out in front of me. It is really good. We just garnished it with some really easy whipped cream, and you can put on a strawberry, you can put on a raspberry. Certainly fruit goes really well with chocolate, and a nice cold piece of pie like that this time of year is very easy. If you would like to make this at home, as always, you can visit us online at MichiganFarmandGarden.com or write to Michigan Farm and Garden Recipes, P.O. Box 461, Williamston, Michigan 48895. Also, if you've sent in some recipes, I am trying to work those into the right time of year based on what's in season. If you have a recipe, even if it's not in season and you think of it, make sure you send me the recipe because I want to make sure that I can use it and highlight it on the show. Also, I just want to give you a quick plug. Every year on the show, we talk about the Ag Exporter of the Year. Well, we are going to have them here on the show next weekend. We are going to help announce who they are, and we are going to honor that company, and we're going to use their product in a recipe. So hopefully that's enough of a teaser for you. We're also going to talk about exports and the importance of the industry, but we're also going to make sure we highlight a very important Michigan company. So folks, you have a wonderful week. I'll see you back here next weekend. And who knows, maybe I will see you out and about at some of the events or fairs that we have across the state. Have a great week, and I'll see you next weekend. Bye-bye.